दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
We offer mala, we offer flowers as we decorate the divine goddess. O Ma, we have prepared this mala with our own hands to offer to you. And Ma, with love and with conviction, just as we have taken our time and our own hands to prepare this, we offer it with conviction. May you be pleased with us, O Devi. May you be pleased with us. Mala charao Durga Maiya, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
पुष्पम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पुष्पम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
पुष्पम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पुष्पम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया। बोलो
सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
ओ पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल,
पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल।
मैं तेरे बीच चराया माँ, मैं तेरे बीच चराया। बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया। बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी
पर्वत वासिनी, तेरा पारन पाया, तेरा पारन पाया।
माँ तेरा पारन पाया,
माँ तेरा पारन पाया,
देवी तेरा पारन पाया,
देवी तेरा पारन पाया,
दुर्गा तेरा पारन पाया।
दुर्गा तेरा पारन पाया।
जगदम्बा देवी माता की जय। We prepare to offer Parsad to the divine goddess. Ma, you have blessed us with many things we can eat and nourish our bodies. We offer this Naivedya, this Parsad to you. May you be pleased with us. Adorations on today, again and again. Namo Namo Durge Sukhakarani, Namo Namo Vambe Dukhaharani। निरंकार है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तेहु लोक पैनी उजियारी। शशिन लाते मुख महाविशाला, नेत लाले त्रिकुटी विकलाला। रूप माटी को अटिक सुतावे, दर्श करन जन अति सुख पावे। तुम संसार शक्ति लय कीन्हा, पालन हेतु अन्न दन दीना। अन्नपूर्ण होई जगपाला, तुम आदि सुंदरी बाला। प्रणय काले सब नाशनहारी, तुम गौरी शिव शंकर प्यारी। शिव योगी तुम्हारे गुण गावे, ब्रह्मा विष्णु तुम्हें नित्य जावे। रूप सरस्वती का तुम डारा, ते सुपूत ऋषि मुनि उभारा। तरे रूप नरसिंह को अम्बा, प्रगट भई पर कीन विकम्बा। रक्षा करे प्रहलाद बचायो, हिरण्याक्ष को स्वर पचतायो। लक्ष्मी रूप धरो जग माही, श्री नारायण ने अंग समानी। क्षीर सिंधु में करत विलासा, दया सिंधु दीजे मन आसा। हिंगलाज में तुम ही भवानी, महिमा अमित न जात बखानी। मातंगी भूमावती माता, भुवनेश्वरी भगला सुखदाता। श्री भैरव तारा जगतारिणी, जिन भवे वर दुख निवारिणी। हे हरिवाहन सोहि भवानी, लंगुर वीर चलत अभिमानी। कर में कपर करत विराजे, जाकुटीक का डर ही बाजे। सोमे अस्त्र अस्त्र ही त्रिशूला, जाते उतर शत्रु ही शूला। नागकोट में तुम ही विराजत, तिहु लोक में डंका बाजत। शुंभ निशुंभ तान तुम मारे, रक्त बीज संतन संबारे। महिषासुर निरत अभिमानी, जय अंबार में है अनुकाली। रूप काली को काली हो डारा, सेन सहित तुम ही संभारा। परिकर संतन पर जब जब, वैशते माँ तुम हो तब तब। अन्नपूर्ण और बसहु लोका, तब महिमा सब रही अशोका। बाल में है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तुम सदन पूजत नर नारी। प्रेम भक्ति से जो नर गावे, दुख दरिद्र निकट नहीं आवे। दानव तुम जो नर मन लाई, जन्म मरण दुखी चुकी जाए। जोगी सुर मुनि कहत पुकारा, जोगन भूपिन शक्ति तुम्हारा। शंकर आचारा तब कीनो, काम क्रोध जीते सब लीनो। इस दिन ध्यान करो शंकर को, कहु काल नहीं सुमिरो तुमको। शक्ति रूप को मरण न पाया, शक्ति गई तब मन पछताया। शरणागत हुई किरे की बखानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। भय प्रसन्न आरी जगदम्बा, देश की नहीं कीन विकम्बा। मोको मातु कष्ट अति गेरो, तुम बिन कौन हरि दुख मेरो। आशा तृष्णा निपट सतावे, रिपु मूरख मोहि अति डर पावे। शत्रुनाश की जय महारानी, सुमिरो एक चित तुम ही भवानी। करहु कृपा हे मातु दयाला, रिद्धि सिद्धि दे करहु निराला। जब लग जियो दया पल पाओ, तुम विनयास में सदन सुनाओ। देवी चालीसा जो कोई गावे, सब सुख भोग परम पर पावे। को शरण शरण नित जाई, करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे, चामुण्डाय विचे। ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे। चामुंडाय विचे
ह्रीं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे ह्रीं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे चामुण्डाय विचे चामुण्डाय विचे चामुण्डाय विचे
ओम काल कालाय विद्मे कालतीताय धीमहि तन्नो काला प्रचोदयात्। ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्मावे ब्रह्मगणो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मागतेन गन्ताव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मा समारिणा। ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ममस्तु कृष्णार्पणम्। ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे चामुंडाय विचे
ह्रीं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुंडाय विचे
ह्रीं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुंडाय विचे
ह्रीं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे
ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुंडाय विचे तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया
तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया
आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया मैं तो आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ देवी मैया मैं तो दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ देवी मैया
दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ देवी मैया मैं तो दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। We take flowers in our hands and whatever your wishes are, whatever your petitions are, we offer them through the medium of our Pratna to the Divine Goddess. To you who are looking on, put your hands together and pray to the Devi. And maybe you can't put your hand physically together, then mentally pray to her. Offer your petitions, offer your wishes, offer your desires to her. Ask her. The Devi Bhagavad tells us that nobody goes knocking at the door of the Divine Goddess and she sends them back empty-handed. Ma, listen to our prayer. We offer our petitions to you. Be pleased with us. प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया
प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया मैं तो पूजा करूंगी मैं तो Jagadamba Devi Mata Ki Jai. We offer Shantakaram Bhuja Shainam Paramanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagan Sarvisham Megavaranam Subhagya Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanenam Yogi Virganavanyam Bande Vishnu Bhavayharanam Sarvaloke Kanatam Bhagavati Mata Ki Jai. This evening, as we prepare to listen to the Katha, I'm going to hand over to the President of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation to do expressions of welcome this evening. Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma
Durga Bhavani Ma Jai Jai Ambe Ma.
Just before you begin, I want to tell you, in case you did not recognize, that you're our Durga. You're the Shakti of the entire group. And so we want to pay tribute to you before you pay tribute to us this evening. And we want to eulogize you this evening before you eulogize us. And we want to say welcome to you, President, before you say welcome to us this evening. Let us give our President a round of applause.
Sitaram, everyone. Tonight is definitely a very, very significant life in the lives of especially the members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation members. It's very emotional, and I know that I would have had to do the welcome tonight. And I kept saying, I really don't know what to say because I'm overjoyed because this is the first Yagna we are hosting at our temple site. And coincidentally, it's a Devi Yagna. As you all can see, most of our members are women in our group. And we truly have a lot of Devis, not just me, but we have some really, really amazing women in this group who, time after time, show their strength and love as a mother. And I want to commend all the ladies in the group for not only their dedication, but for the love that they share with everyone. And I think we need to give them a big round of applause. Welcome to all the media houses who are here tonight and all our viewers. Welcome to you, the devotees. Welcome to everyone who is listening on radio and TV. And I'm sure that Pandit Sunil has a lot to tell us tonight, and he never fails to deliver a magnificent discourse. This morning was very, very hard for me because this Devi has been at my home, and I couldn't help but cry for over 3 hours before I could actually start doing something. And then my son asked me, "Mom, what's wrong? Why are you crying?" But I just couldn't understand. But then I had to console myself and remind myself that the Murti of the Devi might be leaving my home, but she will always be with me wherever I go. And so too with all of us, she will always be with us. Once we follow her teachings and tread the pathway that she wants us to, she will stay with us. So, without further ado, Pandit Sunil.
Jagadamba Devi Mata Ki Jai. We say welcome to all of those who are viewing us via Sankhya Television live, to all of those who are viewing us via the Facebook lives and the YouTube as well on Sankhya, to those who are listening to us on 103.1 FM, the first, the finest, 106.1 live, Lime 101.7 FM, And you, 97.5, we say welcome to all of you. To our kind and our corporate sponsors, we express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. And so this evening we prepare for Katha. Let us eulogize the Divine Goddess as we pray to her with conviction from our hearts. दर्शन हो माँ तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन मेरा हो तुम सबके, तुमसे ही आशा है। क्या मेरा क्या उसका, ये अपना पराया क्या, सब ज्योति जला करके रोशन करो जग सारा, रोशन करो जग सारा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, कल्याण करो जग का, सरराहदिका करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा, उद्धार करो दुर्गा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, दर्शन हो माँ तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन मेरा हो तुम सबके, तुमसे ही आशा है। हो माँ, हो माँ, हो माँ, दर्शन हो माँ तेरे सबकी अभिलाषा है, मन मेरा हो तुम सबके, तुमसे ही आशा है। क्या मेरा क्या उसका, ये अपना पराया क्या, सब ज्योति जला करके रोशन करो जग सारा, रोशन करो जग सारा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, संसार तो माया है, कभी दुख कभी छाया है, एक दिन उसे जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है। हो माँ, हो माँ, हो माँ, संसार तो माया है, कभी दुख कभी छाया है, एक दिन उसे जाना है, जो भी यहाँ आया है। क्या रंग है जीवन का, क्या रूप है मानव का। तुम ज्ञान परा करके उपकार करो दुर्गा, उपकार करो दुर्गा। तुम विनती सुनो सबकी, as we prepare to listen to the beautiful katha, once more emanating out of the Devi Bhagavad. We have listened to many kathas coming out of the Devi Bhagavad. But where did this Bhagavad come from? Where did the Devi Bhagavad emanate from? This evening, before we begin the katha, Raatri Devi Bhava, I pay obeisance at the lotus-like feet of my beloved Mata. And this evening, I want you mentally to pay obeisance to the feet of your Mata. Think of her in your mind. Think of her in your mind and mentally bow to her. As she is our Shakti, she is our Saraswati, she is our Lakshmi, she is our Durga, she is our Mahakali. She is the source of our very existence. And tonight we bow mentally to her feet. O Ma, as we eulogize the goddess of the entire creation, we your children bow to you. Be pleased with us. Raatri Devi Bhava, Raatri Devi Bhava, Raatri Devi Bhava. तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, 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 ओ माँ। जगदम्बा माता की जय। Our katha begins most beautifully to tell us there is a great conversation happening, and as this conversation is happening, who is it happening with? Where is this dialogue happening? The katha begins to tell us. Let us listen. Janani Ma, Jai Jag Janani Ma. Sing with me. जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ,
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ,
प्रेम वाहिनी माँ,
प्रेम वाहिनी माँ,
प्रेम वाहिनी माँ, ज्ञान वाहिनी माँ,
ज्ञान वाहिनी माँ।
Sing with me everybody, let's sing together. जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ,
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ,
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ,
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ।
ओम या कुंडे तुषारहार धवलाया शुभ्रवस्त्रविता, या वीणावरदन्दमन्दरकराया श्वेत परमासना, या ब्रह्मच्युतार शंकरा प्रविद्वे देवेसरा वन्दिता, सा मां पाप्तु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापम्। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवो महेश्वर, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ओम Sri Paramatmani Namah. Namastannika Namah. Maharishi Ved Vyas जी का प्रसन्न होते करने हैं, देख और पुत्रा का सुखदेव मुनि का नटी का पर बेटे हैं, जिसमें का आश्रम विलन करने वाले राजा कर रहते तथा होते, देख और घस का रूप का वसन करने वाले। जननी माँ जय जय जननी माँ।
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ।
जननी माँ जय जय जननी माँ।
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ।
It tells us at one time, Maharishi Ved Vyas ji, he was having a beautiful conversation with his son. And who is his son? His son is Sukdev Muni. Have you ever heard of Sukdev Muni before? Have you ever heard the name Sukdev Muni before? Sukdev kahi muni gyani, suno bhup bhagavat bhani. Sukdev kahi muni gyani, suno bhup bhagavat bhani. Sukadev, he is the being who narrated the Bhagavad Katha. But Sukadev is having a conversation with his father. And who is his father? His father is Ved Vyas ji. And Ved Vyas ji is sitting and he's having this conversation with his son Sukdev. And what is he saying to Sukdev Muni? He says, "Oh Sukdev, I think the time has come when you should become married." Sukdev Muni hearing this, Sukdev Muni looks at his father and he says, "Pagal hua, I think you are." Every mother and every father, it is their wish that their children will become married. Actually, there are some parents who force their children to get married. Actually, long ago, you didn't have a choice. Once you reached a certain age, you had to get married. Sukdev Muni, hearing the words of his father Ved Vyas ji, he says, "I think you're pagal, I think you're crazy. For my lifestyle doesn't permit me to have a wife. And so I don't think having a wife is important to me. Worship is important to me." And Sukdev Muni uttering these words, "Ashram bete jisme nadi ka saraswati naam hote karne." They were seated on the banks of the river. Which river? The river Saraswati. And seated on the banks of the river Saraswati, this is where their ashram was. This is where their home was. It might be safe for me to say this evening, we are sitting on the banks of the ocean, the shore of the ocean, listening to the Katha. Just like Sukdev Muni and his father, they were having a conversation, a divine conversation. We are having a divine meeting on the shore of the ocean, isn't it? And so, Sukdev Muni now, trying to change the trend of thought of his father, what will happen? He tells, what is he saying? Listen. Janani Ma, Jai Jai Janani Ma.
Janani Ma, Jai Jag Janani Ma.
Janani Ma, Jai Jai Janani Ma.
Janani Ma, Jai Jag Janani Ma.
Shri Paramatmani Namah. गृहस्कारु का जीवन बंदे करने हैं, उसने काक्रोच उन्हों का सुंदर उसकार का पेड़ बना होते, सुंदर का हमेशा का बंध हो रक्षा हो हे भगवान, भगवान की प्रार्थना होते, भगवान की प्रार्थना होते. Sukdev tells his father, he says, "Oh Pita, I have no intentions of becoming a grihasti, of becoming married, and so I will never share this householder's life. But I already know the Bhagavad Katha. Then tell me a little bit about what you know. Teach me about what you know." And so, Ved Vyas ji, unlike Sukdev Muni, Ved Vyas ji was versed in the Devi Bhagavad. Sukdev Muni was versed in the Bhagavad Katha, and Ved Vyas ji, he was versed in the Devi Bhagavad. He says, "Tell me now something from the Devi Bhagavad that by me listening to this, it will bring an end to the suffering that I am enduring. And by extension, if I were to tell this katha, it will free all of those who listen from bondage and stress. Tell me something like that. Don't tell me to get married." I want to tell you tonight, don't ever tell me to get married either. Last night, Dave looked at me and he said, when you'll get married? Dave, listen to what Sukhdev Muni is telling his father, and I'm telling this to you. And so, what will happen? Now, Ved Vyasri begins to tell, he begins to narrate. And what is he saying? Listen, it tells us. तब वेद व्यासी उन्हों के देवी भागवत की कथा सुनते हैं, उसमें समय की कथा अत्यंतों का, जब भगवान विष्णु समय का भार पत्थर हो करने वाले होते होते हैं। जननी माँ जय जगत जननी माँ, प्रेम वाहिनी माँ, प्रेम वाहिनी माँ, ज्ञान वाहिनी माँ, ज्ञान वाहिनी माँ, शक्ति वाहिनी माँ, शक्ति वाहिनी माँ। Ved Vyasri begins to tell. He begins to tell, he says at one time, creation came to an end. And so Bhagwan Vishnu, he was reduced into becoming a child, a baby. Floating on a pattar, pattar means a leaf, in the middle of nowhere, surrounded only by water. He was fast asleep. But when his eyes opened, he was shocked to see, he was stunned to see where he was and what had happened, for he had no clue. 2 weeks ago, when we came here and we sat and we performed worship to Durga Devi, nobody would have ever thought in their wildest dreams that we'd be sitting here 2 weeks after singing the praises of Durga Devi in a yagya. When we came 2 weeks ago, I was sitting on bricks, a stack of bricks, that if I move too much, it will pinch me. And you know where? Now I am sitting on an asan. See the difference? Unable to imagine. He could not figure what was happening. And so unable to figure what was happening, he had no recollection of the past. He had no recollection of the past. And unable to remember the past, now it brought great confusion to him. And so bringing great confusion to him, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. देखे सृष्टि का होते, भगवान विष्णु का स्वरण होते, देखो और भार की पत्थर होते, सुनका रूप का देखते, चरणों में देखते का बंधु करने वाले, जल की देखते होते, जल की देखते होते, श्री परमात्मने नमः. Recognizing that he was a child and recognizing that he was small, chote roop, having this small form, then out of nowhere he heard something echoing. Already confused, then he hears an echo, a loud voice. Can you remember when we were doing the Gita right here and we blew the shank? Can you remember the echo that came from the shank? I did not hear the echo, but the others heard the echo. And then they said to me, did you hear how the shank sounded inside of here? And I said to them, well, I'm blowing the shank, so I can't hear when I'm blowing the shank. And they said to me, it sounded so divine. So too, a divine sound emanated. And as this divine sound emanated, the sound uttered some words. What are the words it was saying? Listen. देखो शक्ति का रूप करने वाले, सततम देने वाले, निश्चर का सततम रक्षा होते हैं. श्री भगवान विष्णु का दे उन्हों का कुछ बेटे का नहीं होते, सभी का उन्हों शिवा कुछ बेर करने वाले. जननी माँ जय जगत जननी माँ, जय जगत जननी माँ, सर्वं कीरं मेवं nityadase satatam nama. This is what he heard, echoing. And as it echoed, it sounded divine. And so it brought great confusion to his mind. Hearing it, he started to ponder. And he wondered what was the meaning of what he was hearing. Isn't it strange? You can't speak Hindi, you don't understand Hindi, but you look at the Indian movie and you cry. Isn't it strange? You could feel the emotion in the action that is happening around. You could sense what is happening, not only based on what you are hearing, but based on what you are seeing. And so Bhagwan Vishnu, hearing this, he started to ponder. And pondering like this, what will happen? He pondered on the meaning of what he heard. And what he heard said, whatever there is, it is all me, and except me, nothing exists. This is what he was hearing. Whatever it is all me, and except me, there is nothing. Now listen, it is saying me, but it is not saying I. You and I, we address ourselves not as me, but we address ourselves as. And anytime you address yourself as I, it is not you speaking, it is your ego speaking. It is the ego in you looking for praise, looking for glory when you say I. Isn't it? If you say we, it means that you have to share the glory. If you say me, it doesn't sound as if you say I. I means that I'm claiming for myself. Listen to what it says. Whatever there is, it is all me, and except me, nothing exists. And Bhagwan Vishnu, hearing this, what will happen? Then out of nowhere, something happened. Listen, it tells us. भगवान विष्णु ने अंधकार का श्रोका करने वाले सुन विचार का लेकिन का श्रोका जिसमें क्या होते कहा का मन का अंधकार का श्रोक जपत करने वाले जपत का करेंगे हे. Over and over he started chanting this sloka, and over chanting this sloka. What will happen? Out of nowhere, Mother Lakshmi appeared in front of this baby-like form of Lord Vishnu. And as Mother Lakshmi appeared there, she appeared there as Aarti Lakshmi. Lakshmi in her most radiant, beautiful form. And as she stood before Bhagwan Vishnu, she was wearing beautiful clothes. And her face was brilliant as 1,000 suns shining at one time. Listen to the description. Her face was as radiant as though 1,000 suns were shining at one time. Husband, look at your wife. Papa, look at mama. Is her face shining like 1,000,000 suns? No, only when she gets vexed and you see the rosy cheek, isn't it? Look at your wife, not somebody else's own. And so, Aarti Lakshmi appeared there and wearing these beautiful clothing and being so brilliant. Several other manifestations of the goddess appeared too, but Bhagwan Vishnu could not recognize any of them, for his memory had been erased. And so seeing them in front of him, what will happen? Bhagwan Vishnu, he begins to speak. What will he say? तब देवी का देखते विष्णु का सोच लगे करने वाले कौन कौन है जिसमें का क्या हो वरदन के बगल में कहते का निस्तार कौन है जिसमें का रक्षा होते जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ प्रेम वाहिनी माँ ज्ञान वाहिनी माँ शक्ति वाहिनी माँ Mahalakshmi, looking at Lord Vishnu, she could recognize him, but he can't recognize her. And so she asked him, why are you looking so astonished? Why are you looking so astonished, and why are you looking at me this way? Have you ever seen a person and you felt as though you know this person from somewhere? Have you ever met a person and you wish you never met that person again in your whole life? Shake your head. Huh? She says, why are you so astonished? And so she's saying, you have been influenced by the goddess Yogamaya. Yogamaya. Have you ever heard about that word Maya? What have you heard of Maya? Maya tu tagni hame jaane, Maya tu tagni hame jaane, Maya tu tagni hame jaane, Maya tu tagni hame jaane. The Maya pulls you, tugs you, pushes you, confuses you, makes you pagal. Have you ever heard that word pagal? Pagal means Maya. Maya means the illusion. The illusion makes you deluded, confused, don't know when enough is enough. You are influenced by Yog Maya. Yog Maya, Shakti, power. You are confused by her. And so Bhagwan Vishnu, in your previous manifestations, you destroyed many great demons and you took many great forms. But do not allow any of those things to cloud your mind. For this manifestation has been created for a new purpose. We did something when we were 16 years old. And when you're 64 years old, you're still talking about what you did when you were 16 years old and hoping for praise out of that. She's saying, don't think about what you did in the past. For those things are in the past. Think about now. You have been created for a new purpose. And so being created for this new purpose, you must now find that purpose and you must fulfill this. You must serve this. Are we serving our purpose? Are we fulfilling the purpose for which we have existence? Ashish, are you fulfilling the purpose? Prabhu, are you fulfilling the purpose? We'll try. We'll hope that we are. But isn't it strange? We pray one day and we like the Devata. And the next 6 days or 7 days, we like Rakshasas. You must be like the Devata all the time. You must be like the Devi all the time. And so, Mahalakshmi uttering these words, what will happen? Something happens. Listen. She tells him, she says, have you forgotten all of those creations? Then don't even try to remember those creations. You destroyed many evil demons. But now, Aarti Shakti, she says, I am Nirgum Brahma and you are Satgum Brahma. And so because of this, we were both created from Sattva energy, from pure energy. And so she begins to tell. She is now narrating to Lord Vishnu what to expect. When you and I, we become confused, we go to the Baba, isn't it? And we say, Baba, can you open the book and tell us what to expect? Things are not going the way we want it to go. So can you tell us what can we do so that things will be favorable for us? Have you given thought that not everything has to go your way? Have you given thought that not everything is best the way you want it to be? Sometimes God has to intervene. When He recognizes that the things that you are wishing for will not bring the happiness that you will expect out of it, will not bring the success and the growth that you are expecting out of it. So He creates a diversion. And the minute you get diverted, the mind becomes clouded. And then you know what? You say, I feel somebody do something. I have to take a bush bath. But it is really Bhagwan, it is really God trying to get you onto the pathway that the goal, the expectancy will be beyond what you have imagined. But you're not patient enough to recognize this. Never in my wildest dreams ever I would have thought that our temple would have been this size. One evening, idly, I said to them, the men folk of the group, I said, why don't we cast a portion of a platform or something close to the ocean, and why don't we cover it with carrot and put a Hawan cone in the center there, and why don't we go there every Thursday and sit and do Hawan? The next week, I was informed, can you check and see when is a good day to put a first post? And when I heard first post, I know the discussion was a platform with a carrot roof to do a Hawan. And when I gave the direction and I gave the time and we made the arrangements and I came and I saw this lineup of butterboard, I said to them, what is happening? And they said, well, instead of casting a little thing, let's just do the real thing one time. And in my mind, I said, really? Then after that, after they would have done the preparation of the trenches and all of those things, then things became stagnant for a little while. And I said to them, I said, I think it is time for us to go there and do a Devi Puja. Can we go? And then we came and we did the Devi Puja. And you know what happened? We had a floor. It became stagnant again. And then I said to them, I said, the time has now come, but we must go and we must do the Devi Puja. Can we go? And we did the Devi Puja, and then we got a roof. And then after we had the roof, we became stagnant again. And this yagya was supposed to be on San Fernando Hill. And then I said to them, I said, can we go to the temple and do a Devi Puja? And then we came to the temple and we did a Devi Puja. And then in 2 weeks, we got walls and toilet and kitchen and audio visual room and a yagya. The diversion happens because there is always a greater plan. But you're never able to see that plan until it unfolds. But it will only unfold in the right time. But you must be patient. Have you ever heard that word patient before? You must be patient because nothing happens before it's time. And when somebody thinks that they're closing and shutting you out, it is God's way of saying, I have a better plan for you. When somebody says the worst things about you and try to drag you, it is God's way of saying, I am dragging you to polish you, to shine you, to bring out the best in you, so that when you sit polished, you sit shine, and you are able to sparkle and share your brilliance with the world around you. But you must be patient. She's saying to Bhagwan Vishnu, she's beginning to narrate to Lord Vishnu what to expect. Have you given thought, Madam President? On my way here this evening, the thought came to my mind that this is the first of many things that is going to happen here in this spot. You and I, we are more privileged than we can ever imagine, for we are the first ones to sit here in a yagya, in this temple. Have you given thought to that? And that only happened through our good punya, through the merits that we have achieved by living a good life, by doing and performing good noble actions. For many are called and few are. I say all the time, never be called, always be chosen. And once you're chosen, nobody has to call you. You're present and in front and ready. And so Mahalakshmi is about to tell what to expect. Madam President, over the next few nights I want to tell you, you ought to expect to get some more chairs, because if this is what happened on the first night, then I could imagine what is going to happen for the rest of the nights. Madam President, I want to tell you what to expect. You better tell your caterer to cook a little more food. Madam President, I want you to tell your pundit to make a little more Parsad tomorrow. And there are many more things I'll tell you off air. Lakshmi Devi is telling Lord Vishnu what to expect. Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar Jagat mein, Teri Jai Jaykar. Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar Jagat mein, Teri Jai Jaykar. श्री परमात्मने नमः। कुछ में सभी का अपने का नभ्याय होते हैं, एक कमल का पुत्र एक कमल का होने जिसरे का ब्रह्मा जी का प्रकट होते हैं। देखो, और अपने का क्रोध उन्होंने का अपने वरूर का निरकार करने वाले ब्रह्मा अपने का शिवा शंकर के वचन शिव शंकर के प्रकट होते करने मिलकर का संसार का जिसमें का पल संहार हो करने का लगे जानते हैं। विष्णु प्रिया महालक्ष्मी तेरी जय जयकार, तेरी जय जयकार जगत में तेरी जय जयकार। Mata Lakshmi is telling Lord Vishnu, she says, in no time from now, a lotus flowers is going to bloom from your nabhyai. Nabhyai means your navel. And seated on that lotus flower will be Lord Brahma. He is the god of creation. And then Lord Brahma is going to do something that is going to make you upset, that is going to make you angry. And when Lord Brahma makes you angry, then out of the eyebrow, one of your brows, Anga is going to manifest, Lord Shiva himself. And when Lord Shiva manifests, then now creation is going to begin. For now the creator, Brahma, the sustainer, Vishnu, and the destroyer, Lord Shiva, has now all manifested once more. And so now through you, this manifestation is about to happen, O Lord Vishnu, but be patient. Expect this, but be patient. It is going to happen. And Lord Vishnu, hearing this, he becomes confused even further. And now he begins to ask a question. What is he going to ask? If you are Lord Vishnu, what will you ask? And now he's about to ask. What is he asking? Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar Jagat mein, Teri Jai Jaykar. भगवती का विष्णु अंधकार करने वाली, श्लोका का सुन करने वाली, प्रथम शक्ति निर्गुण स्वरूपा करने, जिसमें का बीत सुनते का विष्णु अंधकार का श्लोक जपत करने वाली, शरूद्या का देवी खुश का भेद करने वाली, अंधकार हो गए हैं। भगवान विष्णु asked, he says, before you came, before you stood in front of me, I heard a sloka being chanted. Where did this sloka come from and who was chanting it? Have you ever heard somebody humming and their hum sounds so beautiful or divine that you inquire, who was singing? Who was humming? In the car coming this evening, idly Swami was singing something. And then after he sang, well, you know, he had to say something foolish after that. And because he said, his trend of thought changed. And then they said to him, why don't you sing what you were singing before? And he said, I can't remember. I can't remember what I was singing. Because he broke the trend of thought. But it was natural to sing. Whatever he was singing came naturally. But because it came so naturally, he paid no attention. And so because he paid no attention, there is no memory. There is no memory. And so too, Bhagwan Vishnu is saying, I heard this shloka. Where did this shloka come from? And who chanted this shloka? And so Mahalakshmi smiles and she says, this shloka came from Nirgun Swarupa. Nirgun Swarupa means supreme energy. The energy itself created this vibration. And so this sound came. And so it is a reminder to you, O Lord Vishnu, for you are the God of sustenance. And through you now, all the devatas are about to manifest. You must remember. You must remember. And what did this sloka say? This sloka says, what did it say? Can you remember? Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar, Jagat mein, Teri Jai Jaykar.
Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar, Jagat mein, Teri Jai Jaykar.
The sloka says, whatever it is me. And without me, nothing exists. It is reminding Lord Vishnu that though they are about to manifest through you, you are not the source of power. You are not the source of strength. Your strength and your power comes from somewhere else. Comes from something else. What gives you strength? What gives you power? I said one night to you that falling asleep is natural. But waking up is only through the grace of Bhagwan, Paramatma. We could fall asleep anytime, but you are not guaranteed that you'll be able to wake up from that. So every time you wake up, it is an opportunity to say thank you to Bhagwan for blessing you with the opportunity and for blessing us with the opportunity to wake up again. But what gives you the power? What gives you the power? If you have to move your hand, you have to move your hand constantly. How long can you do that for? How long can you do that for? If you have to move your leg constantly, how long can you do that for? Krish, G, if you have to sit, how long can you sit for? All day? Without becoming tired? Just in one position and not be able to move? Radhika? How long will you be able to lie down for? Without moving in one position? You'll become tired, isn't it? You'll become exerted, isn't it? You'll not want to be in that one position. But have you ever given thought? There is something that you could see all the time moving constantly that does not become tired and never tells you that it is tired. How much times do you wink for the day? Did your eyelid ever tell you, I'm tired? How much times did you wink for the day? Constantly you're winking. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, you're winking. Your eyelid is moving all the time. But the question is, what gives power to the eyelid so that it can move tirelessly? Think about that. Have you given thought? Now you're thinking because I brought it to your awareness. And so Bhagwan Vishnu, hearing the words of Mahalakshmi, he says, I heard this sloka. Tell me, who chanted this sloka? And she reminded him. She reminded him that there is a force greater than. Tonight I want to tell you that there is a force greater than us that we will never be able to imagine. Never place your trust and your hope in man. Place your trust and your hope in Bhagwan, in God. She is called Shakti. She is called strength. She is called power. And once you pray to her with conviction and purity from your heart, she is going to bless you with all of those things. Strength, power, and Shakti. Shakti means energy. Shakti means the ability to overcome that which you'll never be able to imagine that you'll be able to. Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar, Jagat mein Teri Jai Jaykar.
Vishnu Priya Mahalakshmi, Teri Jai Jaykar, Teri Jai Jaykar, Jagat mein Teri Jai Jaykar.
The Devi disappeared. And while Bhagwan Vishnu was waiting for everything to unfold, Bhagwan Vishnu continuously chanted the sloka. And while chanting the sloka, continuously chanting the sloka was taught to Lord Brahma when he manifested. And the sloka was taught to Lord Shiva when he manifested. And so as creation began and everything started to take form, then what will happen? Brahma reciting, Lord Vishnu reciting, and Lord Shiva reciting. What will happen? Now this was taught to many other beings. And Lord Brahma taught this sloka to his son, Manas Putra. Who is the son of Lord Brahma again? Narada Muni. And now that Narada Muni knows this, well, you know, everybody else knows. And so Narada Muni now begins to spread the news. And so one day, Narada Muni inquired from his father, Lord Brahma, where did this sloka come from? And his father tells him, this sloka came from the Devi Bhagavad. And so now that the sloka comes from the Devi Bhagavad, it creates an awareness. And creating this awareness, Narada Muni and all the other beings, they want to hear what else the Devi Bhagavad has to say. What else the Devi Bhagavad has to say? From tomorrow, we will listen. Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Ayodhya Ram Lala ki jai, Vrindavan Krishna Chandra ki jai, Goresa Jagannath ki jai, Bolo be sab santane ki jai, Siyapati Ramchandra ki jai, Sharanam Jagadamba Mata ki jai. We ignite the flame in the Havan. Om Bhurva Swadhyani Shurabhunagmi Avahyami Stapyami Pujaamscha Shragni Devtasanam Miha Gakshay Hatrishnaya Sankalpam Mamastu. Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya.
Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya.
Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya.
Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya.
Hara 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 Namah Shivaya.
Sarvatirta Samayuktam Sugandhim Nirmanam Jalam Achmanamyadatta Grihana Parameshwara. There is only one Havan. It is up on the main altar. Let us all put our hands together. Let us listen. And let us all collectively chant Swaha as we pour the oblations into the fire. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhime Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Swaha. Om Prajapataye Namah Swaha. ॐ इन्द्राय नमः स्वाहा, ॐ जगदीश्वराय नमः स्वाहा, ॐ वाणिनन्यकर्माय नमः स्वाहा, ॐ सचपुरन्भ्यो नमः स्वाहा, ॐ मात्रे पित्रे चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा, इष्टदेवता नमः स्वाहा, ग्रामदेवता नमः, स्थानदेवता नमः, दशदिक्पालदेवता नमः, सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः, हरिमर्कटमर्कटा नमः, हरिमर्कटमर्कटा नमः, हरिमर्कटमर्कटा नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्, कट्यानाय विद्महे कनककुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात्, हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय तन्नो हंसा प्रचोदयात्, महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो भगवते प्रचोदयात्, तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्, नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्, अंजनीसुताय विद्महे वायुपुत्राय तन्नो हनुमान् प्रचोदयात्, कालकालाय विद्महे कालतीताय तन्नो काला प्रचोदयात्, सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे नमः, 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 ऐं ह्रीं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे नमः। Three shares finally. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। स्वाहा। We remember Pitris. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा, सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता नमः स्वाहा। शिव 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 नमः शिवाय,
शिव 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 नमः शिवाय,
हर 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 नमः शिवाय,
हर 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 नमः शिवाय,
ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ 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 नमः शिवाय,
शिव 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 नमः शिवाय,
शिव 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 नमः शिवाय,
हर 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 नमः शिवाय,
हर 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 नमः शिवाय,
पापोऽहं पापकर्मां पापात्मं पुण्डरीकाक्ष, त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष, सर्वपापहरो हरे। वनस्पतिर्सूरभूतो गन्धार्यो गणरूत्तमा, आग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं व्रते ग्रेताम्। एवरीबडी। यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानिश्च, तानि तानि प्रदक्षिणा प्रदक्षिणा प्रदे प्रदे। खड़ा हो जाए आरती लीजिए। I want to remind you that this is the first of 9 evenings, and so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening and all the other evenings. When you're coming, I want you to bring somebody with you. Come, let us eulogize, let us glorify the divine goddess with conviction from our hearts. As she has granted unto us an opportunity, we make full use of this. O Devi, we wave this Aarti. May we never be in darkness. May you shine through us to the world around us. We beg of you, listen to our prayer. Jai Devi Hare, Shri Devi Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 देवी हरे।
जय देवी हरे, श्री देवी हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 देवी हरे।
जब चांद तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
और कोई न केवल हारा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 देवी everybody.
जय देवी हरे श्री देवी हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 देवी हरे
I know this is a very strange request, but I want you to find your cell phone. Everybody, find your cell phone for me. Take out your cell phone. Wherever you have it hiding, pull out your cell phone, everybody. Find your cell phone. This is not a joke. Find your phone. Uncle Ash, find your cell phone. And on everybody's cell phone, there is a feature called touchlight. I want you to put on your light where you are. And from where you are standing, wave the Aarti to the Devi through your phone. Everybody. Jai Devi Hare, Shri Devi Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Devi Hare.
जय देवी हरे श्री देवी हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 देवी हरे
तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम भी माला जपते रहूं। तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम भी माला जपते रहूं। भवसागर में तेरी नैया,
भवसागर में तेरी नैया
चन में जाए किनार हो, तेरे चन में जाए किनार हो। जय 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 देवी हरे। Sing it everybody. जय देवी हरे श्री देवी हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 देवी हरे।
जय देवी हरे श्री देवी हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 देवी हरे
Now sing with me everybody. Let's sing together with all your love. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
ओ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ
ॐ अस्तु मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं या देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तमे। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता।
क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता
क्षमा मूर्ति देवी माता, प्रेम मूर्ति देवी माता,
क्षमा मूर्ति देवी माता, प्रेम मूर्ति देवी माता।
एक बार क्षमा करो देवी, मेरे माता श्री देवी माता।
एक बार क्षमा
जगदम्बा माता की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की। चढ़ा देवी माता bless you। मेरे माता श्री देवी माता, मेरे माता श्री देवी माता, मेरी माता श्री देवी माता। जगदम्बा देवी माता की जय। Let us all be seated this evening. The Aarti is about to come. The Panchamrit is about to come. The Parsad is about to come. Meals are provided for all. Please stay and partake of the Bhojan. We join in this beautiful rendition. Maharishi is about to sing this very energetic rendition to the Divine Goddess. And so we pray to the Divine Goddess with